Okay, so good evening, class. We are looking at biological techniques, Bio 204. I am Dr. Confidence Obunna. The outline in this lecture is just two topics or two subtopics: entomological techniques and parasitological techniques. For today, we'll look at entomological techniques. Last time, we looked at certain objectives. So at the end of this class, I expect you to know the different techniques and equipment that could be used to collect an insect, to kill an insect. That's the different methods to kill an insect and to preserve them. Remember, the aim is we want to see the techniques on how to study insects. Entomology is the study of insects, while parasitology is the study of parasites. So we want to study the techniques that are used in the study of insects. Definitely, before for one to study insects, one must need to collect the insects, kill the insect without distorting any morphological feature, then preserve such an insect for reference purposes. Okay, so these are the objectives one must look at. As an introduction, you notice that insects has been existing for years now. In fact, from up to 400 years, as the case may be. They are known to be the most successful organism on Earth because they've been able to occupy the land, the water, and the sea, the water and air. So you see that of all kinds of organisms, only few organisms have been able to fly, live on land, and equally live in water. But insects has occupied that. And despite the mortality rate of these insects, despite the way man kills them in order to control them, to bring them to subjection, but still, they've been able to survive up till now. That makes them the most successful of all insects. And they have features that has made them that. One is their survival technique, which is one, they give birth to large number. Um, a mosquito can lay up to 800 to 1,000 to thousands of eggs at once, just in one batch of egg release. Okay, so no matter how you kill, you cannot kill all of them. Okay, then they have been able to adapt to different kinds of lifestyle, changing environment. They change with it. The more they use insecticide, the more they learn how to develop resistance to such insecticide, so that they can survive and all that. Okay, so you notice that insects, they are very, very, very important in the ecosystem. If you take away insect from the ecosystem, of course the ecosystem will collapse. There will be no ecosystem for man to even survive in. What do I mean? um One, insect provides us with silk. The clothing we wear today are gotten from, like, the silk clothing. Silk is gotten from the silkworm. Okay, we have honey from the honeybees. We have the waxes from insects. Even medicines and dyes are gotten from insects. Are gotten from insects. Um, Food too. Some insects are some insects are edible. Let me bring some local ones. There's what the Igbos call ako. That insect, you see when it starts raining, you see it fly around. People keep basins to catch them. They fry them and they eat. Then we have palm weevil. They normally eat. Some persons actually eat the adult stage, but the most edible part is the larva stage. That thing that looks like a worm. In fact, sometimes you see them, people roast it and put it on sticks and sell it on expressway here in Nigeria. Okay. In fact, even in the Bible, The Bible made us to know that John the Baptist fed on locust and honey, white locust and honey. Okay, so locust is an insect. Then those who are bean lovers, those who eat bean a lot, that's cowpea. You cannot eat cowpea without eating a weevil inside. In fact, in my class, I always tell students, when you go to buy beans and you notice that there is no single hole on the beans, please don't buy. It simply means that so much insecticide has been used to preserve the beans. There should be little holes showing that it is still healthy to eat. Okay? So you don't look for whole grains of a whole 1 cup of beans or even a bag. There shouldn't be any hole. Means that you are eating poison. So these are how important insects are. Of course, you cannot talk about their importance without talking about pollination of plants. They are agents of pollination. Okay, they equally help to some insects help to degrade um, waste in the environment, like the house fly or the fly. Immediately someone dies, you see they go there to lay their eggs. Their eggs will hatch, and the larvae will start feeding on the flesh of the dead organism. Before you know, you will not see that organism again. It has cleaned it up. Okay, they without them, the composition will be difficult to come by. So insects are very important in all that. Okay, then other economic importance include the disease they cause. Of course, the most deadly disease in Africa today is malaria, being transmitted by the vector Anopheles mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. Um, of course, you can't talk about health without talking about mosquitoes, and not just mosquitoes. There are so many diseases that are caused that are being transmitted by insects. Okay, we'll get to that. Insects equally destroy plants. If a farmer starts planting, he or she is ready to fight insects. If not, he might come back not to see even a single harvest. Insects are capable of destroying everything planted. So, in equally in the control of these insects, there's equally economic importance in it, because the money that should have been used for something better is now used in controlling of insects. Okay, so I mean, you can't. In fact, you cannot talk about anything um in on earth without talking about insects. They are as important as even as the cause. I just listed some diseases that they transmit. We have the malaria, we have the sleeping sickness. That's fly, trypanosomiasis. We have the liver blindness caused by the black transmitted by the black. We have the Chagas disease. We have the yellow fever. The yellow fever is equally transmitted by mosquitoes, but the Aedes. Okay, they are part of the arboviruses. We have the Trent fever. We have the filariasis. We have the leishmaniasis, dysentery, and typhoid. Of all this one I have mentioned, dysentery and typhoid is being transmitted by a mechanical vector. Okay, like the housefly. Mechanical means no stage of the development of the insects of the parasite happens in the vector. So all they do is they pick it from their source and drop it in a different place that can cause the dysentery. For instance, the housefly can go to a dirty environment like where stew is, land on the stew and pick a bacteria and drop on your food, and uncovered food. So such kind of transmission is done by a mechanical vector. Is that clear? Take note. Okay. And please, someone should remind me. Let me tell you how the format of the examination, how it will be. Just remind me in case I forget. Okay. So you see, all this I have just mentioned makes the study of insects very, very important. But then, in order to study, one have to collect these insects as I've mentioned, kill them, and preserve them. Of course, some insects are found indoors, but majority of them are found in the field, that's outdoors. So that this is where we ended our class the last time. So we continue from here. So if one must want to go and collect these insects to study them, then one must first decide where will the collection be? Where do these insects stay? The insects I'm trying to collect, are they aquatic insects? Do they live on water? Are they found in the forest? Are they ground dwelling? Do they live on the ground? Are they area insects? Are they always found flying? Do they live on the woods or in the plants? Okay, so these are questions you must ask yourself. That will determine where you go in search of the insects. Okay, then why going? One must consider the safety. It's not about going, it's about coming back. You might go and not come back. So why you prepare to go to collect the insect, your safety should be the paramount thing in your mind. What are the potential risks involved? Then if there are risks, how do I minimize them? Okay, so this leads us to the way we should dress while going for our field collection. One must wear protective clothes like long sleeves. Just look at the picture there, long sleeves and jungle boots. Before I ask, can the pictures on the screen? You see A and B. I want to ask quickly one person. Just raise up your hand if you want to speak. Before then, let me remove those who have already raised up their hand. Please lower your hands. Lower your hand. Click back the hand. Lower all your hands so that I know those who want to speak now. Lower your hands. Lower your hands. You're raising up your hand. Emmanuel Bube, lower your hands. Good. So the question is simple. In the picture, you see A and B. Look at the picture very closely. It's a picture of the same person. Which of them do you think is properly dressed? Is it A or B and your reason? So those who want to speak, you can raise up your hand. Okay, Justin. Justin, you can let me change the settings so that you can unmute yourself and speak. Okay, Justin, you can speak now.
The one or the B is the particular one that is dressed properly. Reasons: the glove is supposed to be above your wrist, because there might be dangers that can happen above the wrist. So I think the man on the option B is the one that is dressed properly.
Okay, let me help you out. Just stay on, stay on. He is wearing the same gloves. The only difference is that in A, the long sleeve
Who's that man?
is
Look
covering
at
the
the end.
gloves. Please
Look
don't
at the end.
unmute yourself. Don't.
Look at the end. That end, the when class will be it.
Peter Ugochukwu, you leave my class now.
What the fuck?
Please don't unmute yourself unless I ask you to do that. Peter Ugochukwu, you are warned. No, they are what the fuck? Okay, so um He's wearing the same gloves. The only difference is that in A, his long sleeve is covering the gloves, while in B, he has tucked the long sleeve inside the gloves. So you can continue now.
Okay, sir. The bee is properly dressed because that is the normal way to wear a safety glove.
How? Why? Okay, so he has tried. Some other person can help him out. Let me call you. Okay, Andrews Prince, you can unmute and speak. Why do you think B is better?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Andrew.
Like you said, he is more properly dressed because when you tuck in your shirt inside the glove, it will make it impossible for an insect to get inside your body. Even if the insect flies on the glove, it will still not be able to get inside your body. But in A, it's possible for an insect to get inside your body because the glove is directly on your skin and the shirt is on the glove. So it's possible for an insect to creep through the glove and get inside your body.
Wow. Okay, thank you. I think yes, that is the correct thing. That is the correct answer. Your glove should cover your clothes. Your clothes should be the long sleeve should be inside the gloves. Okay, to avoid stings. Okay, so you must wear protective clothing. You must wear a long sleeve. Okay, a long sleeve shirt. Then you must wear trousers. Whether you were a lady or you were a man, we're talking about safety here. So please don't tell me I'm a lady in my church who don't wear trousers. No, when going for the field collection, you must wear a trouser. Um, we are looking at your safety here. Anything can happen. It might be a snake bite, it might be a big sting, and the rest of that. Okay, so while going, you do not apply creams and perfumes to avoid insect stings. Okay, now if you see this picture, you can see the snake here and you can see a bee on it. Apart from that, you must wear a jungle boot. Okay, um, to protect your foot, to avoid something piercing your legs. You don't wear slippers. You need a jungle boot. Okay. Then talking about the not wearing creams, but you can wear repellents. Repellents are chemicals that help repel insects from coming to sting you. An example is you can use 100% DEET. DEET is diethyltoluamide. 100% is used on clothing. You don't use 100% of DEET on the skin. So just like a perfume, you can rub 100% of DEET on your clothes. Okay? Why, if you want to rub it on maybe the part of your body, maybe on your neck or any part of your body that is exposed, maybe on your face, you can use between 30 to 50%. Okay? 30 to 50% on the skin. While on the clothing, you can use 100%. Is that clear? Okay, you see the picture there? That was when I was in year two. I am the person on the white. We were preparing to go into the field. After we were taught,
Aww.
please mute yourself. Okay, so I'm the person on the white there. These are my classmates. This one, the person by my side is now a lecturer too at Unizik. The one on helmet yellow is his father is a deeper life pastor. He's in Dubai now. The other lady beside him, Jennifer, I don't know where she is, but I think she's fine. Then the other one, Majesty, he's in Oka too. He's doing well. He's a businessman now. Okay, so that is it. Why I'm showing you this picture is you're going to have a task. I'm going to group you. I'm going to divide you into smaller groups, and the task will be simple. We are going to collect insects in a field and insects in a bush. If I mean field, I mean grass field. Okay, we'll set traps to collect insects from a grass field and equally from the bush. You're going to write a report on it and equally do an insect photo album. When we get to that point, I will then tell you in details how to go about it. That will carry 20 marks. Your examination will not be 70 marks. Your examination will be 50. This will be 20 marks. So if you want to miss 20 marks, you can forgo it. And that is how I mark it. Yes, you are in groups. Like the insect album will be submitted in group, but your report you will submit individually. Is that clear? And what shows me you have done it is such kind of picture I'm showing you now. In that picture, I must see you. Is that clear? Can you still hear me? If you can hear me, please thumbs up. Okay, that means you can hear me. Okay, so that is it. So here we'll end for today. By tomorrow 7 p.m. we'll go into the techniques proper. How to collect the different techniques to collect or to catch insects of different types. Okay, so here we'll stop today. So it is time for questions. If you want to ask question, please raise up your hands. Can I stop sharing my screen now so that I see a bigger picture of you? Then after which I would after the questions I will end the recording. So let me stop sharing. So I've stopped sharing. So please, Emmanuel Bube, you can ask your question. If you are not asking question, please you can raise down your hand. Emmanuel Bube, unmute yourself and ask your question. If you don't want to talk, you can easily type on the chat. I will read it and I will answer. Emmanuel Bube, are you raising up your hands? We can't hear you if you're speaking. Unmute yourself. Okay, Ozioma Ani, your hand is raised. You have a question? Sorry, Ozioma Ani, I'm still waiting for you. Can you hear me now? Ozioma Ani, but So who is speaking now?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
You, yes, sir. You said we should remind you about the exam, like the examination formats.
Okay, good. Um, this year, your examination, I mean the main examination will be fill in the blank spaces. It will be subjective because of your number now. The number of the class is not the number is now large. So whenever the class is as big as this, we normally move it to subjective. So your exams will be a subjective question where you fill in the blank spaces. Is that clear? So prepare for that. Any other question? If you have raised up your hand and you don't want to speak, why don't you bring down your hand? Justin, you can speak now.
Sir, you made mention of the of wearing safety uniforms while going for the field picking. So safety uniform, the helmet, is it compulsory or is it an optional option to wear the
The
helmet?
helmet is not compulsory, but you can wear a face cap. You should cover your head too. You can wear a face cap. You can wear a hat. You can wear this farmer's cap. Just anything to cover your head to avoid insect sting or even the sun, scorching sun. So you can wear a face cap. It mustn't be
Oh,
the industrial kind of helmet.
okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. So any other question? Just raise up your hand. I will see you and I will call you. Yes. All these people raising up their hand there. If I call them now, they won't speak. Okay, every day, Stella, you raise up your hand. Do you have a question?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my question is can the repellent serve as a protective form in case you don't want to wear the whole safety requirements?
Of course,
Can
you
you
know
just
the,
apply the repellent?
uh, um, of course, it's going to only save you from insects. Repellent will not save you from snake.
Okay,
So
sir,
if you
I
don't wear a
got it.
safety
Sir,
boot and,
please.
if you don't wear a safety boot and you rub repellent on your legs so that insects doesn't sting your leg. What about snakes? Sure, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
Sir, yes, yes, sir. Sir, my question is I'm having issues with my phone, like logging in. So I'm like pairing with my friend. So I don't know if I can. I've been in the class since the beginning. I don't know if I can sign attendance with them as well.
Okay. Till then, let's see how it goes. Any other
Okay,
question?
thank you. No.
Yes, sir.
You can mute yourself
Please
now.
unmute us.
Every day, Stella. Mute yourself.
Okay, sir.
That's the question.
Who raise up your hand if you have a question? I will call you.
I have a question. I've been
Please
raising
mute,
my
mute
hand.
yourself. I can't see. Raise up your hand. I'm seeing those who are raising up their hands here. Raise up your hand with the normal way. Amolonha, Cynthia. Your hand is raised. Please, you can speak now.
Sir, please, good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sir, what I want to ask is, you said we should remind you of our mid-semester and inception quiz, how we are going to conduct it.
I didn't say that. I only asked you to remind me of how the exam will be, and I've said that. Your mid semester will be on Thursday this week. Your incep- your
Is it
inception
going to be online?
your inception quiz will be on Thursday this week. Inception quiz will be on
Sir,
Thursday
is
when
it
I
going to
come.
be? Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question? Um, Esther Orioma Aga, you can speak now. Unmute yourself and ask your
Okay. Good
question.
evening, sir.
Yeah.
So please, I did not get what you said about the mechanical vector.
Okay. we have types of vectors. There are some vectors. There are some vectors that when they pick up the parasite undergoes some stages in them. For instance, the um, the mosquito, the Anopheles mosquito, when it sucks the blood from man and picks up the parasite, schizogony goes on inside the mosquito. Okay, the 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 form of the parasite it picks is not the form of the parasite it will transmit to the next person. That is some aspect of the development of the malaria parasite happens inside the mosquito, without which the next person cannot carry or cannot be infected with malaria. Why there are some vectors where all it does is to pick it and drop it. Is that clear now? So the ones that pick and drop
Yeah.
without the parasite developing in it is called mechanical vector.
Okay.
Is that clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank
So
you, sir.
an example of a mechanical vector is housefly that goes to maybe lands on a feces, picks a bacteria there, comes to an open food, a food that is not closed, and lands on it, thereby dropping the bacteria on it. That's why you're always advised to close your food. Is that clear now? So any other?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We have two hands left. Chinemere Kizito. Chinemere Kizito, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Chinemere Kizito. Okay. Esther. Okay, Esther has asked. Please lower your hands. If you've asked, lower your hands so that you don't confuse me. Who is the Juliet?
Sir,
Yes, we can
good
hear
evening,
you.
sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So my question is not related to the topic today, but I want to for you to throw more light on the attendance signing of exam.
Okay, I will do
It's
that when
concerning the attendance.
I will do that mainly I paste it now, share it. What I've said is
Okay,
the format is your department, your name and your reg number. If you're a microbiology, type microbiology together. Don't type micro and give space biology. Microbiology should be written together. Those in biology should type biology. Those in education should just type
okay, sir.
education. Don't write biology education. Those in biology don't write biological sciences. Biological sciences is not a department, it's a faculty. Just write biology. Wizard, please mute yourself. Your background is noisy. Those in biology should just write biology. Those in microbiology, type microbiology together. Those in biotechnology, don't type BTG. Type biotechnology together. Those in education should just write education. That's what I explained. If you don't do that, your name will not be in the attendance. Is that clear? So at this point, I'm going to stop the recording, then we'll take the attendance. So just give me some time.